Hey guys, welcome to this vlog for today, the last day in June, June 30th, 2024. It is indeed Sunday. It is also, let me go check the time. It is about 11:08, 11:07 a.m., 11:08 a.m. In the morning. Actually 11:07. It's 11:07 a.m. in the morning. My mom did go to church. And of course, this gave me the opportunity to finally kind of have some semi-normalcy, if you will, during her vacation time. Because, yeah, it's one of those situations that, as I've explained before, I got to be a step ahead in some of my content with this channel because, if I don't try to stay a step ahead, not saying it won't affect me or anything, but monetization-wise, I won't probably make as much money as I would like to, like, let's say, certain content creators that are more notable. But yeah, she's at church now, so I'm able to, have a little semi-normalcy here, going forward, at least for a couple of hours at most. But yeah, again, going back to what I was saying, before I lose my train of thought, it's early. I just woke up like about an hour ago, or something like that, a little less than an hour ago, and I'm just drinking some coffee to wake myself up. But like I was saying, this is one of the reasons, though, why I'm, uploading a lot of content and sending it to Premiere weeks in advance, because of the fact that, as I've mentioned before, I'm in a situation right now to where, yeah, I could do some content, as I've proven, like when I talked about, my thoughts on the debate and everything, and my video on the comparison of the video capture devices, and the other video of which you could do, which one I say you could use to record DVD stuff off of and things like that. I was able to get some content out there, but I want you to notice in that other one where I talked about which video capture device, you could probably capture DVD footage on, and which one you cannot. I want you to notice how, like, I would say in the first few minutes or something like that, I kind of paused it. Like when I was talking about, I think what was it, the Hapag? I think it was the Hapag one, I think. How I kind of stopped, momentarily kind of paused and then resumed. That was because my mom was talking to me. She was asking me something about, the air conditioning, whether to turn it up or turn it down, stuff like that. And again, that's an example of, I got to, find opportunities to do, content to upload then and there. But that's also an example of when I pause that way of, how a little bit more tricky it is to be able to provide content and everything for you guys. Now, I'm not saying it ain't hard. I'm not saying it's not possible, but it is a lot more tricky than, I would normally like. And again, this is why, I upload content and send it to Premiere weeks, if not months, in advance and everything. And what I do as well, I don't know if you can see it right here. I have my other phone, the one that doesn't have any minutes on it right now, or doesn't have any service, because I transfer the service from that to here. But that phone right there, what I do is I will turn that phone on. And I will basically bring up the Xfinity, one of the Xfinity security apps, either the newer one, which is the all-in-one Xfinity app, for the service, for the billing and your services, security and all that. Or I'll bring up the old one where I can download certain, video files and everything for, reasons, like for potential, I guess you could say identification reasons in case something happens, somebody, takes something they're not supposed to, stuff like that. So I have both of those Xfinity apps. One where, I have the video file, one that I would, I'm getting tongue-tied here, hold on. Sorry, I almost got tongue-tied. saying Xfinity a lot kind of makes you do that. But anyway, like I was saying, I have the one that allows me to download files for my own personal records, as well as, like I say, I have the new all-in-one one where you have the security. You could check, what your bill is. You could look at this, you could look at that, and so on. So anyway, what I was trying to say is I use my other phone, that doesn't have this, that I transferred the service from to this one. And I use the app on there, at least one of them, and I go live. And basically what I do is I go to the live option because that's what the security cameras always are, they're live, right? So I go to the live option so that way I can, possibly hear, or at least visually see what's going on. That is why, like when I was talking about the debate yesterday, I said, hold on and everything. And then you heard something in the background when I did that. That was my mom basically, opening this and putting back her little Swiffer broom or whatever she calls it back in the closet. That's what she was doing. That's what she was doing. So I have to be careful. Now you might wonder, well, why would you want to be careful around your mom? Shouldn't she be respectable about what you're doing? Look, she is. She is respectable. It's just that she's very old school. So let's say you're doing a live stream and everything. She's the kind of person that's going to want your attention. Like, she'll want to come into your room and show you something on her phone or show you something with the paper she got that has to deal with, something that she utilizes, like, let's say during her break, like, let's say unemployment, because, to see if, whether or not you have the answer she's looking for, at least you can help her out in that area. And, and she does it. And the reason I say this, the reason I say she would do that is because she doesn't understand. She doesn't understand, they'll live stream, or, they're recording a video for the YouTube channel and stuff like that. She doesn't get that. She doesn't understand that. So, so again, I'm not saying she doesn't respect, me, doing my thing and all that. She does. But again, we're in a situation right now to where I have to wait till she's either sitting right there or laying down on there and watching something. Like, let's say she's sitting there or even sitting there and watching the Giants game like she was yesterday, or late at night if she's laying down there and everything and watching a show or a movie and falling asleep to it. I have to wait till those kind of opportunities, or if she's on the phone with my middle sister, my second oldest sister, I have to wait for those kind of opportunities to do stuff. I mean, when I did the video device comparison video, and I do apologize for the notification thing there, I do apologize for that, but when I did the video capture device comparison video, between the HDP VR rocket and the AGP Tech TEK. That's AGP TEK. AGP Tech video capture device. When I did that when my mom was talking to my middle sister, because I want you to notice in the video. You saw both this, because I was using the GoPro to record that video with, but I was using the app, the quick GoPro app, to kind of time and everything and, turn off and on the camera. But I also had my other camera, like I was mentioning, on the app. And the reason I had it on the app, the Xfinity Security app, is, so I can, kind of, see exactly what's going on, kind of get an idea of what was happening and everything. So, so that way, if, she was to come and talk to me and everything, or want my opinion on something, I could just turn off the camera and then resume it after I got back, but, so, again, I took that opportunity to do that video. But again, I kept the security camera on just in case, there might be an interruption, because, what would happen is the camera, which is right there, it would allow me to see them walking. So if she's like sitting on the chair right here, talking to my sister, and she gets up and she does this, walks towards this direction, then I know, she's going to probably come and ask me something, or I got to keep quiet for a moment, because again, she's old school, and she's also a very private individual, like a lot of us are. You want your privacy. You don't want to, you don't want to be, you don't want to. I guess you could say, you don't want to have to go buy something and go by somebody's room, especially someone that's a YouTube content creator, and hear them saying something and think, oh, wait a minute, are they talking about me? Are they talking about me? And it's like, no, they're not. Well, at least I'm not. Well, I'm talking about her here, but this is a vlog, so it's a little bit different. But what I'm saying is that I don't want her to be like, wait a minute, is she talking about me? I'm hearing something. Is she talking about me? I don't want her to, I don't want her to kind of, be that suspicious, if you know what I mean. Because that's how she is. She's kind of, I love my mom. Me and my sisters, we love our mom. But she's very, I guess you could say, snoopy, very nosy at times. Because even yesterday, after she got out of the shower and everything, and then told me about something she got reminded of, afterwards, she comes in, she tells me, okay, this is what I got reminded of, right? And then she's like, oh, what are you looking at? She's like that. She's kind of like that. And again, me and my sisters, we love our mom and everything, but if there's one thing that she has to break, one habit she has to break, outside of her semi-OCD, the one habit she has to break, is her nosiness, is her snoopiness. I mean, I understand it's hereditable, and it's something that, you're just, it's just something that basically, from generation to generation, you're gonna inherit. I mean, I know I got it. Obviously, I got it from her. There's no doubt. And there's various examples. Like one of my older sisters or middle sister, and I'll kind of like look around and stuff like that. So I especially going into the back of the house and be like, okay, what's in here? I get that. I get that from her. So does my sisters. They get it as well. Maybe not as bad as me, but they get it. You understand what I'm saying? So it's something that is that's going to be passed on from generations. So obviously she gets that from her parents, who probably got it from one of their parents. But so it's a generational thing to where like, oh, we got to know what's going on. I mean, she'll even look out the window here to check what's going on in the neighborhood, or look out the window in the front, check out what's going on. And what I fear is going to happen, is somebody is going to see this, and it may not be somebody that lives around here, because most people know who she is, so they could probably understand, oh, she's probably checking out the neighborhood, seeing what's going on, or seeing what we're doing, that's fine. But I fear one of these days someone's going to see her doing it that's not from here, and they're going to walk up to the window or walk up towards the house and yell and basically say something like, what are you looking at? Or what do you, or like he's like, what are you looking at? What we're doing is none of your business. So something like that. That's what I fear is going to happen. That's what I fear is going to happen. And, it's just something that, she needs to be careful about. She does. But outside of that, again, going back to what I was saying, this is why, and I know I'm taking long talking about this, but this is why, I'm very careful about when I do the videos, and use the opportunities that I get, like what I'm doing now. This is an opportunity that I normally wouldn't get when she's on break. Okay? This is an opportunity I normally would not get when she's on break. So, it's an opportunity. It's a chance to, basically, give my thoughts on what's happened over the past week, and also my thoughts on what's to possibly come, and so on. That's just, that's just, an opportunity I'm taking right now. And like I said, you know, when she, and like I said, when she's busy watching something like she's watching the Giants, she's busy watching a movie or a show or talking to my middle sister or even her sister, then those are opportunities, I'm going to take. Those are opportunities I'm going to, take full advantage of as the best of my ability. You know, the only thing I will not do is live stream because if I live stream, if I live stream and everything, that's going to be, a little bit more harder to do because she's going to, she might, like I said earlier, she might want to ask me something and everything. And, I'm going to have to be like, I'll be right back and leave the room. Or she's going to want to come into the room and she's going to be like, are you live streaming and everything? And I'll be like, yeah. She'll be like, turn it off. Because she will not want to be seen or anything, or her. You get what I'm saying? Get what I'm saying? Anyway, though, that's why basically you've been noticing a lot of videos popping up that are set to premiere days, if not weeks, in advance, as well as why you've been seeing videos pop up when they can, like normal, mainly because of the opportunities like what I have right now for me to be able to provide you with content. Now, as far as this first full week, because it did start, I will say this, officially, it did start around the 20th. It did start around the 20th of this month. Her last day was officially the 19th, but her first full day of vacation was the 20th. So what has it been like basically for the first 10 days of this vacation? Now here's what's interesting. I'm not going to count Saturday and Sunday, the two ones that have passed, which was, the 22nd, 23rd. I'm not going to count those. And I'm not going to count the 29th or even today. So that's basically that's basically 2 Saturdays and 2 Saturdays, 2 Sundays, I should say. So that's 4 days of the weekend. So, not counting those, but mainly counting, like, let's say the regular Monday through Friday, which she would work normally, which is 26 days. Well, not 26 days, but 16 days. Well, what would it be? What would it be? So 5 days, let's see, Thursday, Friday. Yeah, the first 7 days. The first 7 regular weekdays. Again, not counting Saturday and Sundays. Not counting Saturday and Sundays. But the first 7 days, what has it been like, honestly? Well, it's been all right. It's been okay. I mean, like I said, I've been, prepared. I have, I had videos, as you saw, set and ready to go, to be, up, to be seen here on my channel. So that helped out in the long run. So that was good. I also was able to add a few more videos, which help out as well. Maybe, not like the kind of elaborate videos or the kind of videos like what I'm doing now that you normally would see. But, I was able to do what I could, so I was able to work around it. Not really much more to say than that. My mom I did help my mom with her EDD. And what was interesting to her is what they added on. Now, I don't know if I'll be able to switch over to this. Hopefully, maybe they might send me something and say, hey, if you want to, just contact us. We'll switch it over for you. But apparently with EDD, as far as this state goes, you could do direct deposit. You could choose that, as an option. And I think the reason for that is mainly because of the fact that the Money Network card that they gave everybody is not usable at all. It's not usable at all ATMs. It's not. As I've noted before, my bank's ATM will not take it. but the BMO will. The Bank of Montreal will. So it's like, yeah, obviously I'm not the only one that complained about that, and they're realizing, okay, maybe that was a bad idea. And now there's also reports that Money Network cards are being either stolen or they're being skimmed or whatever. And that's not a good look either. That's not a good look either. So yeah, we got that taken care of. And so she'll be able to get it through direct deposit now. It'll go into her bank. At least the first week she'll get will go into her bank later today, because that's normally how it works. Or later tonight, because that's normally how it works. At 9 o'clock Pacific is, 9 p.m. Pacific is when it will go in, which is midnight on the East Coast. Now, for me, though, I'm going to tell you, I'm probably going to have, right now, thankfully, I only have two or three automatic bills, that are kind of on hold right now. 2 or 3, maybe 4 that are on hold. And that's mainly because of the fact that someone at Netflix screwed up. Or at least somebody posing as Netflix screwed up. Or somebody at Netflix was greedy for money or something. I don't know. Because what happened, long story short, monthly, at the beginning of each month, they withdraw for my subscription, my, ad-free subscription. So they do that, and I appreciate it. But what happened this past month is I noticed a charge on there from Netflix, and something threw me off, and something told me that this doesn't seem right, because when Netflix, from the reoccurring monthly withdrawal for my subscription, the way my bank statement online would, note it, is in lowercase letters, all lowercase letters. Here it was all capitalized, and it said purchase. And I said, wait a minute, I didn't purchase anything. What's going on here? Now, my first suspicion is maybe it's all the DVDs I had in my queue, and now they're going to send me those DVDs. Maybe that was the reason. I don't know. Because I had a lot of DVDs in my queue before they shut that down. And if they were going to do that, they should have done that, when they shut down the DVD division. That's when they should have started sending those, or at least let me know, hey, we're going to charge you this, because this is how much it's going to cost for everything you have in storage. But they didn't do that. They didn't do that. They didn't do that, whatsoever. Anyway, like I said, it kind of threw me off. Then it said purchase, and then and these were all in caps. Purchase, Netflix, and it's like, what's going on here? And then it was a charge for $38.47. And I'm thinking, again, I didn't do this. So what I did is I gave it time, because it takes about a day or two to process. And so after I gave it time, I reported it. But what that did is it also shut down my current bank card. So now I have to wait till either tomorrow or Tuesday for a new bank card to show up, because they say it takes about 5 to 7 days. So if they send it out, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Monday, I'm thinking it's got to be here at least by the 4th. That's what I'm thinking. Now, the benefit is I will have money. That's my Money Network card. So I will have that money there. But again, I have, basically they send it out Wednesday. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, that's 4 days. Monday is 5, and then the 3rd is the 7th. So 5 to 7 days. But basically I was told by them that when I get that, card, I have to basically update a lot of my reoccurring payments, so that way nothing falls behind and all that. So we'll see what happens tomorrow, maybe Tuesday, but hopefully I'll get it this week. They say 5 to 7 days. But yeah, that's what happened to me. And I'm thinking, what's going on here? And again, I don't know if it's something on Netflix's part, because I looked this up, and apparently other people have dealt with it, and some have said, "Oh, it's just Netflix trying to see if you'll keep on your toes," or it was a glitch on the part. I don't know what it is, but Netflix needs to get their act together. They need to get their act together when it comes to this, because the last thing the consumers want is to be charged twice, not just for the reoccurring monthly payment, but also for something that's not their purchase, something that's not on them. Now, again, I don't know if maybe it was because of the fact that, again, I don't know if maybe it was because of the fact that, it has to deal with my DVD queue. If that's the case, they should have sent me an email. They might have. I don't know. I have to go check. I think the email that's attached to it is my Yahoo one, so I might have to check that, see if something's there. Because if it, like I said, if it is that, then that's understandable. That's very understandable that it would be that. But still, it's like, let somebody know in advance, or at least give them a notification when they go to the Netflix account online that, hey, we charged you this because of the DVDs you have in your queue. But I don't know if that's what it is, or it's a glitch on their part. But yeah, that's what I had to deal with this past week and everything. That's what I had to deal with this past week. But thankfully, Thankfully, things will get back to normal before the 4th of July at the latest. Outside of that, I've also fully gotten to the point that next month, in July, basically in time for my birthday, I will be getting my payment from Google YouTube, which right now could be in the 130s, or maybe even more if they count what was left off last year. Because last year I had like $47 made up before they cut off the monetization. So hopefully that gets added on to the next payment, and I'll have more than what is, estimated to be coming my way. But yeah, outside of all that, the first 4 week was all right. I was able to, like I said, provide you with the content that I could. I was able to get opportunities, when my mom would be doing other things, to get content out that I recorded that day to you, or on certain days of that day to you, I should say. So I was able to do that. But again, it's a little tricky, and I'm just working around it, and hopefully things will get better over the course of time. Now, I am going to let you guys know that as far as the month of July goes, we're going to have to really play that by ear, because yes, that's the month of my birthday. But here's the thing: even though I might have content for you guys, from the 4th come July 5th, even though I might have content for you guys then, even though I might have content for you guys then, and everything, like I said, come post, come July 5th, which is post 4th July, even though I might have content for you guys then, again, it's going to be a little tricky, because next Sunday, me and my mom will not be here. And it's not because I'm going to church with her. No, we got a family event to attend. It's a special family event. I can't say what it is. If somebody watches this, in the family, I don't want to say what it is, but it's a special family event that's going to be around the Apple Hills region. It's going to be in that region. Originally, the plan for this family event was to go pick fruits and apples at Apple Hill, but because it's going to be excessively hot, we're not going to chance that, especially with certain members in the family, my mom, kids and all that. So instead, we're just going to go have a brunch. Again, I can't say what it is, can't say what this is, but, it's going to be, it's going to be a special family event. That's all I'm going to say. It's going to be a special family event. That's all I'm really going to say. But then after that, we'll just have to play it by ear. I do have videos lined up and ready to go past that day. But then afterwards, we'll have to see what happens. Me and my older sister, we are planning to go back to Kansas to see my dad, either at the end of the month or before my birthday or afterwards. We'll see how that plays out, and it'll just go from there. August, same thing. Play it by ear at least until the 19th. I will say that the 19th, whether I'm working or not, which I should be, the 19th, my mom will be back at work. So, basically things on August 19th will be back to normal, at least getting there. So anyway, though, I just wanted to come on here, give you a bit of a vlog, let you know what's happening, let you know what's good plan to happen and everything. So it's a bit of a vlog channel update, if you will. But yeah, just letting you know how things are going, in this first this first full week of my mom's vacation from work and everything, and how things are working, how I'm working around those kind of things. Also letting you know what's planned for next month, how we're going to play it by ear, and the same goes for August, at least till August 19th. But anyway, though, guys, just thought I'd come on here and do this. Let me know what your thoughts are. Comment down below. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. Also, check out my Teespring store. Also, check out my other outlets where you can find my content. And until then, and it's all in the description box, by the way. My Teespring store and everything, all the other places where you can find my content. And again, like the video, subscribe, and until then, I'll talk to y'all later.